Between them they helped Ma to her feet. She stood swaying for a moment, seeming bewildered, and then straightened up. "I'll be all right now," she said. "Thank you, Lil. It's just the heat." "Not from what I've seen," Mrs. Prentice said. "Get off and fetch the doctor to her, Rip, and then you can cut off down the docks and tell your father to fetch Rose O'Hanran back tonight." "No, you mustn't," Ma protested faintly. "Rose is busy. She hasn't got time. And I can't afford the doctor." "Likely he won't charge you. As long as it's all going to be free soon. That's what the papers say anyway. Though I'll believe it when I bleed and see it," Mrs. Prentice said. "Go on in, Mary Ellen, and make your ma a cup of tea. I'll bring her in and settle her down, and then you can go and fetch that medicine." Mary Ellen nodded. The last thing she wanted was another walk to the high street, but she had to go, because Ma needed it. "Ma, you're ill." Rose's voice was sharp, and the sound of it sent a tingle down Mary Ellen's spine as she sat on the bottom stair behind the half-opened door into the kitchen, listening to her mother and sister. She was supposed to be in bed. "You've got to see the doctor. You can't go on like this. And you know I can't come home and look after you. I'm taking my final exams next week, and if I miss them, I'll have to do at least another term and perhaps an extra year." "I don't expect you to come home," Ma said, sounding weary and defeated to Mary Ellen's ears. "I saw the doctor weeks ago, Rose. He did some tests, and it seems I have consumption. According to Dr. Marlowe, I'll have to go to an isolation hospital in Norfolk, by the sea. And what is going to happen to Mary Ellen then?" Mary Ellen stiffened. No one knew better than her how tired Ma was. She'd been neglecting all the things she'd once taken pride in, and that included looking after her younger daughter. It wasn't that her mother didn't care. Mary Ellen knew she was loved. But Ma couldn't raise the energy to fetch in the bath and see that her daughter was clean. Instead, she told her to wash in the sink, and got cross if Mary Ellen's clothes were dirty too soon. Instead of baking pies and cakes and making delicious stews, she gave Mary Ellen 3 pennies to fetch chips and mushy peas from the pie shop most days. Mary Ellen was hungry all the time, and Ma said there was no money to buy good food, because Pa's employers had stopped paying the pension they'd given her. Mary Ellen didn't understand why it had happened. She just knew that her mother could barely manage. Pa's firm had said because of the accident, Ma was entitled to a generous amount. But now it seemed they'd changed their minds, and they'd cut it to just £1 a month. They'd offered her a job cleaning offices, but Ma was too ill to work. Mary Ellen thought Ma's illness had got much worse in the past few weeks. At first, it had been just a little cough, but now she coughed all the time, and there were sometimes spots of blood on her mouth. Rose didn't come home often, so she didn't see how tired Ma looked. She wasn't the one who had to scrub the kitchen floor and wash their clothes in the copper in the scullery. Ma tried to help her with the mangle, but she was so tired afterwards that she had to go to bed. It was Mary Ellen who had to peel vegetables when they did have a proper meal, and her mother just watched her as she put the pans on the stove and told her when the soup was ready. She didn't mind helping out, but because of her mother's illness, Mary Ellen had missed school 3 times this week and 2 the week before. If they weren't careful, the inspector would be knocking at their door, and Ma would be in trouble. "Mary Ellen will have to go into a home," Rose said, and the determination in her words sent chills through her sister. "I've got a couple of days off after I've taken my exams next week. I'll come and arrange to take her in myself, to that place in Halfpenny Street, and you must agree to go away for that treatment." In the semi-darkness, Mary Ellen hugged herself, tears trickling down her cheeks. She didn't want to be sent away. She wanted to be with her mother and look after her. Forgetting that she was supposed to be in bed, she jumped